The Borderlands franchise is very popular when it comes to video games. Developed by Gearbox Software and published by 2K Games. Honestly, what isn't there to like about Borderlands? When the average player thinks about what a looter shooter is, the first thing that comes to mind is the Borderlands series. With its vast, unique cast of characters and the open world exploration, the co-op gameplay, and the story-driven campaigns, what isn't there to like about the Borderlands franchise? And let me tell you guys, what if I told you that Borderlands 4 just got confirmed? Well, that's what we're talking about today. Before we dive any deeper, if you guys could drop a like on this video, subscribe with your notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Also, don't forget we're giving away a PS5 at 80,000 subscribers. So if you'd like to enter, like this video, subscribe with your notifications turned on, tweet me proof that you're actually subscribed, and we will be picking the winner at 80k subs. All this information will be in the pinned comment of this video. So it looks like Borderlands 4's release date was just confirmed by Randy Pitchfork. And if you guys are asking the question, well, who is Randy Pitchfork? He is the co-founder and developer of Gearbox Software, as well the president and CEO of Gearbox. So basically, if he comes out and says something about the Borderlands franchise, it's probably worth taking note. So back on topic, the president of Gearbox Enterprises, Randy Pitchfork, actually confirmed that Borderlands 4 is in development at the studio. He states that they're working on some amazing stuff and asked for some skilled people to create the next Borderlands game. He tweeted out, if anyone out there has some skills to pay bills and wants to get in on some Borderlands action, well, we're working on the next big one. And that is from the founder of Gearbox Entertainment. And then the full breakdown of the tweet says more. We are definitely working on some amazing stuff that I hope will surprise and delight you. Plug, if anyone out there has the skills to pay bills and wants to get in on some Borderlands action, we're working on the next big one. And then he also sends a reply that says that I'm told rumors that Gearbox is assisting or co-developing another Borderlands game or a new spin-off game. These rumors are not accurate. Gearbox is the lead developer for any future games in the Borderlands franchise or any Borderlands adjacent games with no co-development. So full credit to mentalmars.com. They did a full breakdown of the confirmation of Borderlands 4. So huge shout out to them. So going on with the article, it states that previously Randy Pitchfork referred to Borderlands 3 as the big one, but just because that game has already been released, the next big one is Borderlands 4. And now the tweet that Randy Pitchfork is quoting is about the rumor regarding Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Info was spreading around that Gearbox Software was working on a Borderlands spin-off game. Randy's tweet is correct as he phrases the so-called rumor in a particular way. Yes, it's true that Gearbox is not assisting or co-developing another Borderlands game, and that's because they're making all the games in-house. And also, Gearbox Software sees Tiny Tina's Wonderland as a new IP, not a spin-off game. While the game borrows a lot of the elements from Borderlands 3, it also does its own thing for the future titles, and might even push further beyond the Borderlands franchise. But because Gearbox Software sees Tiny Tina's Wonderland as a new IP, this also means that getting into some Borderlands action would not refer to Tiny Tina's Wonderland, it would refer to the Borderlands series. All in all, this means that Randy Pitchfork essentially confirms the next Borderlands game, and yes, Borderlands 4 is currently in development. Now moving on to the potential release date for Borderlands 4. Gearbox Software nor 2K Games have officially announced the next Borderlands game. So when can we actually expect Borderlands 4 to come out? Well, there were 7 years between the release of Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3. However, I heard that it would not take 7 years between Borderlands 3 and Borderlands 4. 4 years have already passed since Borderlands 3, and for the sake of the story, having Ava mature 5 years later would be appropriate time for Gearbox Software, as they like to keep the passing of time the same between in real life as well as in game. So if I should speculate, I think that we could see Borderlands 4 being released sometime in Q3 of 2024. And as you guys know, that's coming up like right around the corner. So definitely if we don't see anything on Borderlands 4 in the coming weeks, I could expect that the game would launch sometime in spring of 2025, or even try to match the release of GTA 6, and maybe even release it sometime before GTA 6 so players can play Borderlands 4 and then go right on to GTA 6. So now just covering the consistency of when the Borderlands series came out. The very first Borderlands game, Borderlands 1, was released in 2009. Borderlands 2 was released in 2012. Borderlands the prequel was released in 2014. Battleborn 2016. Borderlands 3 2019. Tiny Tina's Wonderland was released in 2022, and Borderlands 4 is to be determined or to be announced. Gearbox Software started working on Battleborn after Borderlands 2 as they co-developed the Borderlands the prequel with 2K Australia. This caused a huge gap between Borderlands 2 and 3. However, the development team also needed a break from the franchise, and now since the Embracer merger, Gearbox Entertainment has grown a lot, from going from 400 to over 1,500 people working at the company at one time. The studio is set on releasing 8 AAA games by 2026. And now just taking minute to think about that. That's 8 AAA games coming from Gearbox Software from 2024 all the way to 2026. If they can somehow pull that off, that's absolutely amazing. So now let's pivot and talk about Borderlands 4's story and where Gearbox Software left us off at the end of Borderlands 3. So Gearbox Software left us with one giant question at the end of Borderlands 3. After the final battle with Tyreen the Destroyer, we see Lilith take flight and lock Elpis in place from preventing the moon from crashing into Pandora. This brave move leaves a giant Firehawk symbol engraved into Elpis, but Lilith is nowhere to be found. And this ending has fans wondering what will happen in Borderlands 4. Gearbox Software has yet to pay off the mystery surrounding Lilith, with fan theories suggesting that it might be better off if we don't find out. As well, fans are also waiting for the premise behind the Borderlands the prequel and how that ended, or is Ava going to lead us through the foretold war? Personally, I think Gearbox Software needs to start Borderlands 4 with some important details and definitely covering up some plot holes that we've been waiting for a very long time. Now, talking about the engine that Borderlands 4 will be running on, Randy Pitchfork did mention that the new Unreal Engine 5 is built for a new kind of next generation Borderlands game. Now, while Epic Games says you can easily transfer your UE4 projects to UE5, there's likely a lot of custom work to still be done, and as Gearbox Software always modifies their engine to their liking, it's still yet to be told exactly what Borderlands 4 will be running on, but when I find that out, you guys will be the first to know. Now, I also wanted to talk about the Take-Two Interactive boss Strauss Zelnick doubling down on Gearbox Software and the future of the Borderlands series. So the article starts off by saying this: the Take-Two boss Strauss Zelnick said in an investor call that the company has now new plans to double down on the Borderlands franchise. Recently, Take-Two Interactive was presented with the opportunity to purchase Gearbox Software, and they were in the position to get the deal that they were more comfortable with. The studio is currently integrating the 2K Games label, and they've already identified many growth opportunities for the series to come. The Take-Two Interactive boss Strauss Zelnick said, and I quote, "Borderlands 3 outpaced our forecasts, and we're thrilled that Randy Pitchfork and Gearbox Entertainment are slated to join us officially. We have already identified many growth opportunities for the Borderlands series in Gearbox's catalog, which we plan to pursue once the studio is integrated into our organization. We're also very excited to see the growing buzz for the star-studded Borderlands feature film, which is planned to release by Lionsgate this summer. We have all the respect in the world for Randy Pitchfork and his team. He has always had the ability to bring AAA products to the market. His responsibility and reliability with a very rapid cadence. He is a hitmaker, and it's very hard to make a new hit, and Tiny Tina's Wonderland was a new hit. And of course, Borderlands just goes from strength to strength, so we're thrilled to have Gearbox in the family." Well, there it is, guys. It's officially been confirmed that Borderlands 4 is in development. There's still a ton of information yet to come out with the future of the Borderlands series, but it does seem that Gearbox Entertainment and the development team behind them, as well as Take-Two Interactive backing Gearbox Software, there's a lot to come for the future of the Borderlands series. So time will only tell. Let's see when the game actually is going to be released. That's going to wrap it up with today's video, guys. Let me know in the comment section if you're excited for Borderlands 4. Also, don't forget about the PS5 giveaway. All that info is in the pinned comment of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This has been Zach with VGL. I'll catch you guys in the next one.